We ain't afraid of no ghosts is a double negative, which means we are afraid of ghosts.
I'm
some
totally
ghosts.
Ghosts. They made me poo my pants.
All right, how you guys doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
I'm all right. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm totally pooped.
Heck of a
But this is exciting. Welcome to episode, what is this? Episode 3 of The Frenzy, folks. Everybody who's watching, appreciate you being here.
Yep.
We've got ethereal haunts to talk about tonight. And I'm excited.
We have the tangibly intangible, as it were. Look at that. Skelly's so excited, he's rubbing his nipples.
That's right. just don't say that 3 times, Skelly, whatever you do.
Rub your nipples. Rub your nipples.
You can say that 3 times. I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, but as you say them, you gotta get faster each time you say them and get a little breathy with it.
I'm excited. I feel like this is appropriate, an appropriate episode for us because I think we're all in agreement that Halloween is an all year round thing, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And
I hate looking at myself in the mirror like image on the screen.
And and then also this is coming out. Beetlejuice is coming out this late summer. Like right on, like almost on my birthday.
Oh, okay.
So
no way.
I feel like this might be the year of ghosts. So
it is because
I'm excited.
Frozen Throne is still in theaters now.
Yeah. Frozen Empire.
Yeah, Frozen Empire. I said Frozen Throne.
I was like, Frozen Throne.
Warcraft.
Warcraft. Okay.
Thinking of Warcraft.
Well,
something here.
What are you doing?
He just wants to advertise his logo. That's all.
Yeah. Which is, it's slimed.
That's right.
Let's go ahead and say hello to the chat. What do you guys think?
Sure. Let's do it.
Yeah. We got Vine Jungle Figure Factory here. Great to see you. Oh, man. Ronald Embry, great to see you here. Cobweb, always fantastic to see you. I love the ghost emoji.
Is that what is? I couldn't tell what that was.
Yeah, I love that. And Vine Jungle Figure Factory, Alan is saying haunts are my kind of thing. Yeah, don't you build haunted houses or something like that, Alan? Remind us of that. Radical Toys, great to see you. Aaron, fantastic to see you. Absolutely. I like Frenzy Freaks. Adam, great to see you here.
Hey, guys.
Allison, great to see you. Yes. Ray Black, fantastic to see you here. Yes. It's great to see you all here. Thank you all for chiming in to the chat and being here with us. So one thing to think about, and this is an assignment for the chat, is what's your favorite movie featuring ghosts? I have one that it's not my favorite, but it's one that I think about quite often.
Well, that goes against what you just said. Pick your favorite. Now you say it's not my favorite.
That's right. Shit. What do I do about that?
Make it your favorite.
Okay. It's my favorite. Yeah, thanks. No. Seriously, think about that, folks, in the chat. Like, what is your favorite, or maybe not quite favorite, but a movie of distinction in your brain that sticks out, something you think about often that features ghosts. And I'm primarily interested to know if people like ghosts as like the subject of a horror film, or ghosts as the subject of a comedy, or ghosts as the subject of a drama.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever seen a courtroom drama that features ghosts, and that's something that should be fixed.
say Ghostbusters for that.
Oh wait,
Yeah, I was about to
Ghostbusters does
say,
take place.
yeah.
There's a scene in a courtroom, right? No.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
That's where
that's right.
Slimer
Second
comes
one.
out.
The Scoleri brothers.
That's
Oh yeah, that's
right.
Scoleri Brothers.
It's Ghostbusters.
And, yeah,
Is that
that's right.
Ghostbusters 2 or 1? I can't remember. 2. That's right. Okay. All right. There is a courtroom scene. Allison, Law and Order, Ghosts and Ghouls.
Here we go. Let's do
Let me
it.
pop that up. Yeah. Fantastic. Alan, I agree. Poltergeist is really good. You guys like Poltergeist?
Of course.
Yes.
That scared
What
the
if-
crap out of me as a kid.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, the
Me
one
too.
scene where the guy starts peeling his face off, that kind of freaked me out when I was younger.
Mhm.
Now you look at it, it's like, oh, it looks like crap, but no, back then I was horrified by that.
It's one of my favorite scenes. I love that. I love special effects when it's fake looking, but also you believe it. Like
Right.
you can see the artistry of it.
hmm
In the last episode of Cambridge and Washawn, we talked about Planet of the Apes.
Yep.
And that's something. There's something about the makeup in those movies, the original films.
hmm
It's like, it's not the best. It's not the most advanced special effects makeup, but it's the acting underneath. It's just the way it looks. It's
Yeah.
iconic. It's believable. It's so cool. And that scene in Poltergeist it does that to me. It gives me that visceral like satisfaction.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Also, it's kind of like I kind of see Poltergeist as like a cousin to E.T. because I feel like both of those movies take place in the same exact iconic suburban neighborhood
It is Steven
from the
Spielberg.
80s. Huh?
It is Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, I feel like that neighborhood, if you grew up in a town that had like construction going on
hmm
in the 80s and 90s in California, sorry, early 80s through the late 80s. Those neighborhoods looked like that. And
That is
Yeah.
when suburbs started, basically, right?
yeah. I mean, that's when they got to be what they,
Mhm.
kind of look like now. For
I mean, they're
sure.
always there, but I mean, like they were starting to grow a lot.
Yeah.
I just think because I think
Yeah.
about Chicago, and I remember, having the 312 number, and then everybody changed and got bigger, and then it went to 708, and now it's all types of phone number, 3 digits.
Yeah.
And it just got bigger. Now it's super huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that if you're our age or close to our age, you've gone through that.
Yeah.
The area code that you grew up with changed, the size of the town, the way that the borders of the town or city
hmm
adjust and change. That's what Poltergeist is about.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The fear of the new, the disruption of the new,
Building where you're not supposed to be.
building where you're not supposed to be building. Absolutely. Like
All for
I
profit,
would
not
never,
caring.
never do something like that.
we are in that right now, aren't we? Like we're living the Poltergeist movie right now with all, like, we just can't stop expanding and taking over areas that didn't belong to us at first.
Right.
Pretty much.
Now we're getting political.
Has anybody seen The Frighteners with Michael J. Fox?
Oh, that's the movie I was gonna say.
Oh shoot! Sorry.
That's perfect. I'm so glad. I was hoping that someone would just mention it, and it's awesome, Adam, that you mentioned that. That's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, my brother recommended that to me. I think I saw it it's like a '90s movie, and I saw it like 10 years after the fact.
Yeah.
And that's that early Peter Jackson stuff where
Yep.
he was just weirding it up.
Yeah,
100%.
I've never seen it. I read a
Yeah.
book called The Frighteners, but it's not the same thing.
No.
I highly recommend The Frighteners. Peter Jackson's movies, before he hit it big, are fantastic. They're awesome. Dead Alive is one of my favorites of all time. It's just brutal and weird and funny, and but Frighteners it's kind of like do you ever see House or House 2?
Yes.
I saw
House
the
and
first
House
one,
2.
Yeah.
There's some similarities to House 2 in Frighteners. But almost like they're cut from the same cloth almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, Adam. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, and Peter Jackson, he went on to do more ghost stuff. Return of the King has lots of ghosts.
That's
It
true.
does. A giant army of ghosts. And that's pretty
Yeah.
badass.
It's good stuff. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, definitely.
Evil Dead, the Evil Dead movies, all the Evil Dead movies,
That's very nice.
including Army of Darkness. Some people might differ with me on that. Including Army of Darkness. Great stuff. Let's see. Oz, do you want to pull up some of the I think people are mentioning some of their movies that they're interested in.
Let's go ahead and do it here.
Let me see if I can I'm going to star some of these.
I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, this is a good one too.
Actually, this one right here, Ghost Story from 1981 was good. Fred Astaire, Douglas Fairbanks,
Oh yeah.
John Houseman, and Melvin Douglas.
Yeah.
I have the book for that. It's by Peter Straub. The book was really, really good.
Peter Straub.
Yeah.
So we got right here. Jeff is chiming in saying that is his favorite scene from Ghostbusters 2, courtroom scene. Hellraiser was another scary one. Not sure they're ghosts. They're a little bit more demons, but
demons,
kind of on that same level though.
Yeah, they exist in that area.
Well, Clive Barker.
Yeah, Clive Barker. Yeah, The Shining is like
with the
great, one of the great ghost movies.
Well, it is a ghost story.
Yeah, for sure. Love that.
True Haunted Hotel.
The book's good too.
Freaking phenomenal.
The Shining is a beautifully made movie too.
Yes.
Frighteners.
Right
bringing
on.
that up. She's saying that was great.
And hi, Duchess. Great seeing you here.
Changeling with George C. Scott.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Yes.
Fantastic.
Agreeing with House and House 2. Both were pretty crazy.
Yep.
Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
That movie made me crap my pants.
If you build it, they will come. It's just like the scariest. Wait, that's Poltergeist. We found a relationship.
Yeah, right.
Between Poltergeist and Field of Dreams.
There it is. See, there were more cinematic universes before just the.
I am noticing a trend though.
So one of them that I really enjoyed that I definitely saw at an age when I probably shouldn't have watched it. Did you guys ever see the movie The Entity?
I
think so.
I feel like I've seen it.
The Entity scared the crap out of me as a kid. Like,
I'm trying to remember what there was one creature in it, right? Or one.
It was one supernatural being, but you never saw it.
Yeah. Okay.
Never actually saw the ghost. Everything always, it was not visible. And is actually based on a true story that happened here, Baltimore.
Oh.
Yep. And it's funny because I didn't realize that when I watched it as a kid. And then as I got older and I got into the paranormal and the ghost hunting, I actually found out that the movie was based off of events that happened here. And I was like, no shit. That is pretty cool.
That's cool. I love that. Like the Amityville movies too, based on a real story, and The Insatiable. I have not seen that. No, about a guy keeping a female vampire locked in his apartment.
Kinky.
Kinky or terrifying or both.
Adam's got the year for me. 82 film.
82.
If I remember correctly, I had a very young Demi Moore was in the movie.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Very young, long before she was big.
Yeah, that's cool. Come on, Bobby. How about you? Any
Yeah,
ghost?
there's two ones that I really like. They're old movies though. One's
Yeah.
called The Uninvited. Did you ever see that?
I don't think
Yes.
so.
I
From
actually saw that more recently.
yeah,
Oh.
it's an old film. I believe it's from the 40s. It could be 50s, but I think it's around the end of the 40s. But that's a real good one. And the 13 Ghosts, the
Yes.
the William Castle movie.
William Castle. I know
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, those are two classics. And then you got The
Yeah.
Haunting too.
Haunting's
The
good.
Haunting
The
is great, yeah.
original one.
The original
Yeah.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
That was another one that really, really spooked me really good as a young kid too. Because seeing it the old black and white,
Yeah.
it just honestly, yes, the like practical effects they used and stuff were kind of cheap and dated, but it was still something so spooky about it. And then I remember watching the new one later with all the new flashy special effects, and I was just like, this is not even
Yeah.
scary.
Right.
Yeah. Radical Toys is mentioning Nightmare on Elm Street. I am a huge fan of the Nightmare on Elm Street movie, even the silly ones. Like, I'm just a huge fan of those.
Yeah.
They
The first
just
one is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a masterpiece.
they just put a lot of them up on Netflix right now.
Okay.
What?
Yeah. Which is odd because they normally, it's been a while since I've seen on Netflix that they've had decent, like, you know, franchised horror movies out, right? I used to love Hulu every year right around Halloween would put up all the Friday the 13th ones.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd start going through all those.
Mhm.
May or may not have done a marathon or two with Connor. He was okay. He was fine.
Yeah.
He knew Daddy could beat
He survived. He
He knew
survived.
Daddy could beat up Jason. That's all he needed.
That's cool.
Like, yeah,
Have
my
any
daddy-
of you guys seen the it's a Netflix series, The Haunting of Hill House?
Yes.
I've been
Yeah,
watching
fantastic.
all of those series each year because, you know, the director does like a new different one each year.
Hmm.
Oh man, so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
the second one better than the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
I like-
The Haunting of Hill House is good. But
Yeah.
the second one, that was based on the what's that book? I have it too. Oh, it's an older book from the 1800s. I can't remember the name of it. Taming. I can't remember what it's called. But I like that second one better. It was a lot
Yeah.
better story with the little
God,
girl.
what was that one? I'm trying to think of it too. But yeah, both of those are great.
Yeah.
Really,
Turn of the Screw. there
Turn
you
of the
go.
Screw. That's
Yeah.
right.
Mm.
Not
Yeah,
Taming the
it-
Shrew. That's a completely different.
Taming the
Yeah, that's
Shrew.
why,
This is
that's why I
different.
said Tame. I was like, no, that's not right. Tame, I was close.
Yeah.
You were on the right path.
The phrase was close. Yeah, Taming of the
Yeah.
Shrew, Turning of the Screw.
The turning
Yeah.
of the
The shrew.
shrew.
Tripping on the shrooms. I mean, what?
Oh man, no, that's
yeah.
cool.
What I like is that like the fear. It's not based. There's no like or very little jump scare based
Yeah.
fear.
Yeah, I don't like
It's
that.
more just the escalating tension.
Yes.
And they're characters that you actually care about, so you know
Mhm.
you're
Right.
concerned for their safety. So it's kind of that approach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in that respect, then, do you prefer kind of like haunting shows or movies? Because in a movie, you've got, you know, what, an hour and a half, 2 hours.
you have
honestly-
you have boundaries.
Right. Yeah. And also, like, ghost movies are never like a 3 hour long epic, which could break down into like a 6 episode, 30-minute series. But, you know, for what we get with Netflix and doing shows like that over the span of so many episodes, I feel it builds a lot better, right? Because you could start it off real slow and just kind of have it keep going.
Yeah.
Well, it's all the writing, though. It's based on the writing. You know, if you got an hour and a half, you have to do it right, and a lot of people just don't.
Right.
Yeah. It's too bad. You know, I mean, Bobby, your project is proof. Like, just take a bit more time, work on the story, work on communicating the story, think about the amount of time that it's going to take to tell that story. And you know, there are so many like unfortunate, and you brought it up, Adam, like relying on jump scares. That's not good writing. That's
No, it's
just
not.
like that's just
Yeah.
feeding.
Shock
It's just
value.
like might as well. Yeah, it's just it's to me it's a waste of time. Some of the scariest movies are these slow burns. Rosemary's Baby, The Shining, like 13 Ghosts, as you said, these slow burns where it's like
Well,
something's
look at
around every
Amityville
corner.
Horror. Look how that
Amityville
builds.
Horror, yeah.
I mean, that's what, an hour and a half, and that builds really good.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? It's the pace and how the writing goes. You can do it.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, yeah, the like Oz was saying, the Logger series is great
yeah.
because now you can really take your time building it.
Oh yeah.
But if you only have that hour and a half, you can build it. You just got to write it right. You
Oh,
know?
speaking of which, so my wife and I will sometimes watch one of the. You don't have to watch them in consecutive order, but the American Horror Story
Yes.
series of mini series.
Hmm.
Yes.
So speaking of bad writing, sorry for those of you who are enjoying this right now, but the most recent one, the one with Kim Kardashian,
I haven't seen it yet.
it's like loosely based on Hollywood and the fashion industry and these mysterious goings on.
Hmm.
But we were watching it, and it was the slowest, most uneventful show. In fact, it felt like so many, like each episode would just be like a repeat of the last one.
Oh wow.
And at first I thought this was conceptual, and we just stopped watching it. And then they just announced that there's a part 2 of
Hmm.
this series and of this particular one. And I just don't know how they need, it's like, to me, I feel like they needed a part 2 because everything was taking so long to tell the story.
Jeez.
Yeah, just not great. But if anybody's a fan out there that's watching, sorry if you're enjoying it. But that makes me think of something. A good way for us to show appreciation of ghosts and to also show our appreciation for the IP that we always come back to and we all love so much would be to begin the content of tonight's episode with the Battle Ram Report.
Beautiful.
What do you guys say?
Yep.
Yeah? Shall we do
Yeah.
it?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Cool. That would have been great if
You
I
want me
had
to
it
hit
lined
it?
up to click.
got it.
Welcome to another edition of the Battle Ram Report, brought to you by Adam, author of the BattleRamblog.com website, the best Motu site on the web. He'll throw you a He-Man punch and a Skeletor blast. Be ready to get some knowledge. Take it away, Adam.
All right.
All right. So, as promised, tonight we're talking about Scareglow, evil ghost of Skeletor. So this one, there's some history behind it, but unfortunately, no concept art or prototypes to speak of. But we'll go over basically everything I know about Scareglow. The history.
He
of Scareglow.
emerged out of nowhere.
Yeah, he emerged out of nowhere to frighten Eternian peasants. So let's start with the first image of him from the Mattel catalog. So for 1987, he actually I found this out later. A lot of the '87 wave was actually released a little early, like November '86, and he was one of them. So you can kind of see he's basically there's this group of figures that comes out in '87 that are mostly repainted parts. He's got a Skeletor body. He's got a recycled weapon from Castle Grayskull. So basically, all he's got is a new head and his cloak, and that's true of other similar characters like Clampchamp, King Randor, Faker, who was re-released again in '87. So pretty simple concept. Because he was released at the end. He wasn't made in such great numbers. So he's not a lot of kids I think had Scareglow, but his popularity has just kind of been this slow burn, and now I would say he's one of the most popular Masters figures. So if we go to the next slide, just kind of looking over the general look of him. This you can kind of see the only one thing to note I think about his build is he does feature not the original Skeletor feet. He's got the kind of enlarged feet that came with Dragon Blaster Skeletor. So bigger feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's retaining water.
Right, exactly.
You know what they say about guys with big feet?
That they're retaining water.
They leave big footprints.
Very big footprints.
Sasquatch.
Or for Scareglow, big boner.
Yeah. Great cloak too, by the way. Probably the coolest cloth goods element from the vintage line, because it's not just a cape. It's got kind of the double collar, like almost like a detective's raincoat kind of situation. If you go to the next image, you just kind of see him from the back. He always reminded me a little bit too of from Karate Kid, with where all the bad karate guys wear skeleton costumes for Halloween.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
And then if we go there, he's a pretty good. He's pretty. This obviously he's a 35-year-old figure or whatever, but he's retains that glow feature very well.
Yes, he does.
Is this one? Is this one from your collection, Adam?
This is one. Yeah, these I took these photos. I don't have this one anymore. I need to repurchase Scareglow. I don't have one. But this was mine.
Yeah, I did a comparison of the origins with my vintage.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty cool too.
Yeah,
it's dark. The vintage is darker, obviously.
Yeah,
but it glows really well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. The Origins one glows really well.
It's really bright. Yeah.
Yeah. This is just a screenshot from a commercial. I haven't been able to locate like an American commercial. I kind of doubt they made one because Masters was kind of tanking at this time, so they probably weren't spending a lot on advertising. But this is I think a German commercial where they kind of featured some of the late run characters. Because Ninjor came out at the same time, he's another one of those parts reuse guys. He's often featured with Scareglow, even though it's Ninja and Ghost are that's kind of a buddy cop movie, right?
Yeah, totally. I want to see that movie.
Yeah,
I want to see that movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yay! We lost you for a second there.
I was checking something because Duchess was asking more of a question about the entity. She's absolutely right. It was with Barbara Hershey, not with who did I say before? Demi Moore. That was actually a different movie that I was thinking of, but the entity with Barbara Hirsch is the one that I was talking about as being one of the scariest when I was a kid. Like, just terrifying. And it's a really, really good movie. If you have not seen it, definitely check it out.
That's cool. Oz had to leave the program for a bit to go. He has a library upstairs where he has a bunch of film books. That's where he went and found the research. So
that's not it. It's actually just, I'll admit to it. I went to IMDb to double check, and it just was like, nope, we're going to try to throw 1,000 little ads and trailers up on the sides, and your computer's shutting down, buddy.
I wish that you would have stuck with the whole like giant library upstairs bit.
Nope. We all know there's only one of us around that goes to a library that has a Starbucks.
Who's that?
It's not actually a library. It's a Barnes and Noble, and Skelly steals the books.
Swarm.
That's
Sorry,
right.
that's
I just
like
take
sci-fi.
I wear my sleeping bag and I go in and I just hang out all day at the library. In case you're wondering about the sleeping bag, that's just what I wear to Barnes and Noble. In case you're wondering, that's what I usually wear to
As you
Barnes and
do.
Noble.
The
Yeah,
usual
thank you, Adam.
attire for
Thank
walking
you.
to Barnes and Noble,
Rough audience tonight.
Whew.
Thank goodness Adam's here.
I thought the whole thing sucked, so I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Scareglow and Ninja
Yeah.
were summoned at the same time.
Yeah, several stories have that feature.
Yes.
Interestingly enough, that kind of ties in with something I just saw you working on earlier today with Mega J in a video about Keldor. That was the Search for Keldor mini comic is the one that they were both summoned in.
This is true. Yeah, Mega J enlisted me and Yuka, who was on our show a month or so ago, just to do some talking head segments about the history of Keldor. So I just did a really brief, there's not much to say about him in the vintage lines mentioned in that one comic, so I just kind of went over that.
That's cool. Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
So Thanos says he might be a ghost. He feels dead. Well, then I have a new favorite ghost, Thanos. Just saying, buddy.
Oh, yeah. I think we're all feeling a little dead.
A little dead.
Yes. So I put some ginseng in my water so I can get a little boost.
There you go. Yeah.
You need to have some blueberries.
Oh, yeah.
Got to keep them on hand.
All right. Let's go to the next slide here.
So
this is the
next
Euro
image.
version.
Yeah, this one's kind of cool. The big difference is just his Scythe of Doom, which is really just a full axis, is glow in the dark, which looks cooler in the dark, less cool in the light. So it's kind of a trade off.
Love it.
So we've got the William George cross-sell art. He did all of the cross-sell art, minus the first, not the 82 stuff. We still don't know who did that. But at some point, either in 83 or 84, he started taking over and doing all the cross-sell art.
That is a sharp image, though.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
So good.
I love that detail is just there. Almost like that better than I like the toy itself in a lot of ways.
I'm with you, Oz. Like, I love the cross-sell art. I could just stare at that all day long.
Yeah, but when you hold that toy in your hand, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's one of my absolute faves from the series.
I've never seen one before in person.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Never. Just never seen one in person. I've tons of people in the online social realm that collect toys that show theirs all the time, and I just have never seen one in the wild at a store or ever got to hold one. But I admire people who have one.
Finally, somebody admires me. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm sorry you feel that way, Bobby, because we all admire you here.
Oh, that's right. Thanks, guys.
Oh,
you're the best.
So this one's kind of interesting. The one on the right is a test shot. Apparently, this was from the old Grayskull Museum site, which no longer is up, but it's 3 figures test shot. I'm not 100% sure on the middle one. To have a clear Man at Arms, that almost makes me think that's a custom. But supposedly the one on the right is, and that's kind of how he would look, is just unpainted, all glow in the dark figure.
Yeah, that's cool.
So a little bit of background. So he was designed by David Wolfram, who was the guy who did several of the dinosaurs on the 87 wave. He did the Laser Light Skeletor and most of the villains for the New Adventures line. but he did also all of the cheap repaints for 87. So basically, minimal new tooling. See what you can do with some concepts that we came up with, and we just kind of let them go. So if we go to the next one, this is from my interview with him. He kind of talks about this task. There's these general concepts. He has to do the visuals for them, using his existing tooling banks. And we kind of go to the next one. This one kind of threw me for a loop when he said this. He says Scareglow was the first Skeletor without a molded hood.
Wow.
Yeah. So he calls it a Skeletor, and I kind of had to okay, and just drop that.
That's pretty revealing,
Yeah.
based on all the discussions from the way the wording is on the card back, to all the theories. So that's pretty concrete there.
Yeah.
So if we go in the next one, so I kind of pushed back on that. So I basically asked you. So he was considered the Skeletor variant because there had been all these arguments among fans for kind of years because of that evil ghost of Skeletor sort of moniker that he had. So for him, it wasn't like literally Skeletor, but it was a construct of Skeletor that was kind of using his likeness. Like you take Skeletor's look and just create this ghostly copy of Skeletor.
Yeah.
I think is what he was thinking. And I will say on Mattel's side, sort of the official marketing thing was it says that Skeletor conjured up the spirit, the Scareglow spirit, in his own image to frighten travelers on the pathways of Eternia. Also, that Skeletor is invisible in daylight, but glows at night. So I guess the idea is if you're playing with it as a toy, you pretend he's invisible until you turn off the lights, and then he's Satan.
Okay, I can see that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, I just loved him because he was freaking. He glowed. Glow things, man.
Ace mentioned, what is this toy adage about? Once you add glow in the dark, the line is basically dead. They should be adding glow in the dark first. That's the problem,
right?
Yeah.
Well, if they did it first, then the toy line wouldn't succeed at all, right? It'd be like first wave and done.
I just want a whole series. I want a whole toy line based on glow in the dark.
Yeah, why aren't there? Why aren't there? I mean, there's got to be.
Glow pigmentation is very expensive.
Yeah. All right.
That's what I've heard.
I guess there isn't.
All right. So next image. This is the style guide. That basically it's produced by Mattel just for use for anybody working on comics or licensed materials. So it basically it's a guide for people. What is this character? What does he do? So the words on there are basically what I just said about Scareglow. The artwork is by Errol McCarthy, who did most of the card back artwork, like the actual scenes on the backs of the cards. And then our next image show an image of the packaging.
Oh yeah.
Which is great.
That's cool.
Yeah. I love those late cards that have the artwork on the front and the back.
Those are cool.
Yeah,
it was a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question, side question, I guess. So Snout Spout is not on the card back for this wave or this run of figures. You mentioned that Faker was re-released later, so that's why he's on there. I know these are all, except for the Sorceress, are all, or maybe the Sorceress came later too.
Yeah, she was last. Yeah.
So all these are later in the wave. What wave did Snout Spout come out?
He was 86.
Okay.
Wave. Scareglow was, in the catalogs and Mattel's accounting, he was 87. Although he was, like I said, he was released a little early. So
Yeah.
the card back, it shows a mix of 86 and 87 characters.
Extendor and
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I now know in looking at this image. I've probably seen the image before, but I'm glad you're showing it here again, Adam, but now I know, like, this is definitive. This is when I stopped being at this is exact point where this wave is the
Did
we
we
lose
lose
him?
him?
Can you hear me?
He's frozen in time. We can hear you, brother. You're fine.
Yeah.
I think we
Okay.
lost Skelly.
Oh, okay.
Or he's doing a very good job at standing still.
He saw Scareglow and he's frozen with fright.
That's
right.
what it is. The Scareglow got him.
Or maybe California went into the ocean. Who knows?
Oh, no. And of course the slides go.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, man.
How many slides did you have left, Adam?
Let's see. I had quite a few because
Oh, really?
they're fast. Most of them will be fast because a lot of it's just artwork. But
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully we'll get Skelly back here in a little bit.
I'm thinking so. Hopefully. I mean, if not, we try to carry on the show.
Sure.
Yeah.
We can return back when he gets back. We can finish off Adam's.
That's
thing.
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's next on the list.
What's next on the list?
Next on the agenda.
I wrote the damn thing and I don't remember.
Yeah, so I mean, just what are some ghostly things that get you guys excited? I know we were talking earlier about how we all have a big appreciation for Halloween. I know that's always huge for me once we
Yes,
start getting
me
the
too.
spooky season.
Mm-hmm.
I freaking love that.
6 months.
Yes, sir. It's April. 6 months to Halloween.
Right.
Celebrate Walpurgisnacht this month, which is basically Halloween in April. For those of you who don't know, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We don't celebrate it here in the States, but we should. We definitely should. So I'm also over here putting together some of my own slides last minute.
Well, they do celebrate the first day of May, though. If you want to get into that type of stuff.
That's true. May Day.
That's right.
Dance around the maypole.
Yep.
That's not a euphemism, folks. Dance around the maypole. All right. So Cobb says Cobb and Eternium Royalty have both chimed in saying we got the Cali crew here. San Diego. I know Ace is here. Ace is from out there. And of course, so apparently California is okay.
All right. Good.
Just not Skelly. Him too.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he'll be okay.
There you go.
I'll check the IG feed and see if he said anything.
All right. Well, yeah, definitely do that. I did want to bring up some things here that we should carry over, I guess, from Adam's segment here. I did star him up. Our good buddy Mike, Eternium Royalty, and my computer's trying, guys. Please give it some time. Says, how do we feel about Masterverse? Only his head glowing. I was a little disappointed about that.
Yeah, me too.
The figure itself overall is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I was like, they couldn't have just done some glow in the dark paint or something for his bones? Like, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That
was
bummed me out.
I feel like Scareglow should have the glow in the dark is the thing. So
That's right.
It's got to be a bright figure in the dark.
It's in the name.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It's in his name.
But
and also,
I can't remember Revelations. I know he glowed, but he didn't glow all the time, though, right? It was just mostly his head, and then when he like shot his powers out, or whatever you want to fucking call it.
I think his chest also did it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the glowing on his legs, but it wasn't like all the time. So maybe that's why they did it that way.
Yeah.
The way they worked it for the show was that as he was feeding off of their fears, he glowed brighter, right? Like
Right.
kind of like he was charging up. But you're
Mhm.
right, like he wasn't just like glowing all the time.
Right. Yeah.
And maybe that could have been it, but I don't know.
It's still
Seemed like
a
a way to just
fail.
tell to
Yeah.
cheap out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, especially too when we had like the Origins version come out, and the Origins version was so good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that
If
one
you
was
can find it.
proper bright. What do you guys think of the Mondo like 16-inch vintage style with the see-through, shell with the bones inside?
That's cool. I like that.
It's so cool. It is so
Yeah.
cool. It's after you've kind of seen Scareglow, like it's Scareglow, right? The black mold with the or the glow plastic with the black over it to cover certain parts only. The bones are highlighted. So to take the idea of putting glow in the dark bones in the plastic, I just thought that was so cool. And it's a way to take that vintage to that next level, but still honor that original. If I can ever find it at a show, I'll probably pick it up if I can.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a little more expensive, right?
It would be.
Was it like $250 or something when it was out new? Right.
Yeah. Like I said, if I find it at a show at a reasonable price and I have the money, I would definitely pick that one up. I mean, it's the only reason I didn't try to get it when it was out was because I had to scratch for it. So it's like, whatever, gotta let it go. Can't buy them all. But man, it's so good.
Yeah. That's good. So what do you guys, what's your favorite version of the character? There's been the vintage, the Origins, classics, Mondo vintage style. There's 2 other Mondo versions. There's classics. Hey, how's it going?
I think a poltergeist attacked my internet.
Well,
maybe some of Largo's Guatemalan gremlins got to you.
I'm all for gremlins.
That's right.
I don't think you want the Guatemalan ones. He complains about those things all the time, messing with his internet.
Huh.
There is a crazy Looney Tunes cartoon with gremlins in it.
That's absolutely right. That's right. During the
see the one?
Absolutely.
That's freaking wild.
It's great. And of course the Twilight Zone, classic Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters had gremlins. The real Ghostbuster.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm gonna bring the slides back up, Adam. They went away, didn't they?
Yeah,
they did. Yeah,
they did. They're linked to you. So when you were gone, they were gone.
How is that possible? All right. And then let me see. Oh, there it goes. Okay, good.
All right. And since I finished my extra multitasking here while we were doing that, I'm going to shut down all these extra tabs so my internet doesn't crap out on me.
Now, Bobby's Bobby, you.
Oh no.
Is he gone again?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Skelly
got affected by my internet.
Yeah, right.
This is normally my issue.
Wow. Don't do shit live.
Right? And in keeping with the theme, Skelly's internet is a ghost.
That's right.
It's definitely ghosting.
Well, I mean, if you guys want, we could do one of your segments while we're waiting for Skelly to, unless he's coming right back.
Skelly's back. Skelly's back.
That's crazy.
It's all right. Stuff happens, man.
I know how you feel. I've been there, brother.
I could feel him sweating inside right now. Because he always worries and gets anxiety about it. So I know
it's so true. I'm like
I have to go to
clenching my fists.
Have to run to the bathroom again, put on more deodorant.
You gotta get like a Slimer stress reliever, maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
That's all. Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
It's not actually a stress reliever, and I still need to get the batteries for this one.
You just like to touch the ass of that. That's all right.
Damn cheeks!
Oh,
Damn cheeks!
Slimer's thick.
Thick, but it actually is kind of a flat pancake when it comes to the booty. I mean, them cheeks.
Jeez.
God.
that's disgusting. All right, here we go. Add to stage.
All right.
Woo!
Here's
Fast
the
forward.
packaging art. That was it. Okay.
Oh,
So you can go to that one. That was the next one. So just real quick. The Bruce Timm one.
oh, go back this way.
Yeah, that was just just mentioning comic book legend. Bruce Timm did the artwork on the front. He did most, like all of the '87 front artwork was his, and some of the '86.
Nice.
And then of course on the back, and the next one we've got Errol McCarthy did the back artwork. This is a black and white version of it. And he also did on the next slide the instructions, which are always good fun, which are replicated on the Origins
I
figure.
love that. That's beautiful.
He looks like he's afraid of the light.
Yeah, he does. I love that the Grayskull poleaxe is the Scythe of Doom.
Yes,
Right.
very cool.
So just really quickly, some of the comic book appearances. I won't go into super detail because we've got other stuff to do. But so Search for Keldor is kind of his showpiece. So that's he's summoned. He and Ninjor are summoned by Skeletor to help thwart the heroes who are searching for Keldor. It's hinted heavily that he's Randor's brother, but they don't actually say it. But that's where it was going according to the author of this comic.
I do like that storyline though of him
Yeah.
summoning those two. Like made Ninjor cooler than what he really is.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for
yeah.
I
sure.
think he's a demon. It's cool.
Yeah, '87 had some of the best comics because they were actually written by comic professionals, not just like staff writers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the next one, we've got just really quick his appearance in the UK comics, in Enter the Ninjor, play on Enter the Ninja, and this one again, he creates Skeletor, he creates Scareglow in his own image. The colors on these are always a little funky. You can see,
Yeah.
Triclops is purple and gold, and good stuff there.
I mean, I'd be down for a purple and gold Triclops. Why not?
Sure.
Yeah. We want that variant.
Yeah, he's gonna
That's
hang
right.
out with Skeletor.
Well, it's actually like that purple's almost a pink, which in the Masters of the WWE Universe line, they did Bret Hart as their Triclops style character, and he's got the pink and black, so it's kind of close.
Yeah. Cool.
And we've got a Michelangelo merman.
There you go.
This is true.
So true.
He's waiting for
Mo
pizza there.
Turtles. Mo Turtles way back then.
Merman was the first crossover character.
Yeah.
The next slide. This is kind of a close up, and this one shows from the style guide that feature, like he's invisible during the day. He's only visible at night, which requires a lot of imagination from the kid. But yeah,
Well, you cannot
funky
play
colors
with
on
one and then go ahead. Sorry.
No, yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was to say you don't have to have one in your hand while you're playing. You can pretend that you don't have a Scareglow, and later on at night, that's when you grab them.
There it is.
This is true. So the Star Comics again. He's Skeletor's ghostly double. He apparently can't be hit. He's an actual ghost because he has a little tiff with Blast Attack, and Blast Attack tries to punch him. His fist goes straight through him. And in the next panel, it shows he's got the ability to fly, which is, I don't think any other story gave him that.
No.
I think the closest we got to it was his abilities to kind of move around in Subternia within Revelation. But yeah, he's
Right.
never like outright flown. It's kind of a bit odd, bit weird.
Yep,
But he is a ghost.
He is a ghost.
this is true.
Ooh,
Just to confuse things, there's this Greek ad that it calls him Skeletor.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like that. I like the whole look of the ad.
Yeah, it is cool looking.
yeah,
That's
no,
great.
it's a great
Green.
spooky
Yeah, the
little
green's
ad.
awesome.
I'd love
got
to
the
find
green,
that
got
and
the
scan it
purple.
somewhere.
Right? Oh man,
The frenzy colors.
Yeah.
that's right. Always a big fan, green, purple.
It's two of the best colors.
They are two of them.
So some artwork appearances. This is a great one. This is William
Yeah.
George,
Yeah.
the Eternia poster, which
So
is a
good.
big poster. It's got like dozens of characters, but if you zoom in, it's just every single, every character in there has a ton of detail and
Yeah.
energy to it.
Yeah, it's a shame. It is a massive poster, but because it's so massive, that everything's so tiny on there and you miss all of his details in it. But
Yeah.
I mean, and I've spent hours looking at some of this stuff and it's like, gosh, man, it's so good looking. I love the art from this.
Yeah, so good.
And this one, it actually looks like that Mondo version where it's actually got bones inside, sort of a translucent skin as opposed to painted on, which is kind of great. Oh, hello, Treehouse.
I gotta mention, hello Treehouse. Love your logo. That is a fantastic logo. Hello Treehouse just followed me on Instagram this week, or was it late last week? I think it was this week. And the first thing I saw was that awesome Hello Treehouse icon. Yeah, very
He's
cool.
a buddy of mine. He collects all kinds of really interesting bootlegs. So check out his channels.
Awesome. Yeah.
For some great videos. So William George, the next one we've got another William George. This is the pre-Eternia poster, which is mostly focused on the dinos, but it also has just the other 87 stuff.
That skull looks great.
Yeah.
Right. And I love that they made sure to include the crack, like on every piece of artwork. They made sure to keep that detail because sometimes they'll leave a detail out or so.
Yeah, I like to think that and I'm not the one to come up with this. I've heard this before, but just that's how he died. He had some kind of injury to his head, and that shows up in his in his ghost form, kind of thing.
Right.
Took an axe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lizzie Borden got him.
Oh.
Esteban
this is
Maroto.
awesome. Yeah.
I hadn't seen this one before.
Yeah, he does some, I mean, a lot of his art, you've seen it recently in some of those reprints that came out, but he has some great dynamic art.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Maybe
Could be his weapon.
His own weapon killed him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, this is just me kind of pulling. Okay, what else do I have that has scary one? There's this French ad,
which is the same pose as the one from the Greek ad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Or it's probably the same photo.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it is. Yeah. Some of this black and white ad that I've actually seen these on eBay. It's like it basically Mattel would just mail these out to retailers, and so they could use these images in their newspaper ads.
Mm-hmm.
So you can See that there, and it's basically just traced over versions of the toys.
It still looks gorgeous. Love it.
It is.
I love the unimaginative font. I love that.
I think you just like it because they use the same scale font that you have.
Exactly. Aren't you all happy you don't have to endure that anymore?
This one's pretty cool. There's a series of Swedish posters for Masters figures. I don't know who did the art. This one is Scareglow.
That's great.
I almost feel like I've seen that imagery of Scareglow before somewhere. Not on this poster. It was like in a coloring book or something somewhere.
Yeah. Could be.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true. That's kind
don't
of one
wanna
of the more
tell.
embarrassing deaths.
Right up there with the Darwin Awards.
So this image, actually, speaking of Hello Treehouse, this was his. He had sent this to
cool.
me years ago. This is one of his Yugoslavian bootleg Scareglows. They made all kinds of funky colors with their bootleg Masters figures.
I kind of dig it though, right? Like I'm not the only one here that's like, with the black, with that pink, and then that like brightish turquoise blue in the middle there. I'm digging it.
Yeah. I'm really into this. This is very cool.
That's a rabbit hole you can fall into. There's so many variants and different colorways. But that's it for Scareglow.
All right.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Fantastic.
Oh, and Hello Treehouse says there's an interesting story behind this figure, which I don't know. So if it's something you can share.
Yeah, share that with us. Maybe if it's a long story, email it to Adam or message it to me, and we'll share it for next week's episode or something.
There we go, for sure.
Yeah, love that. We always are into an interesting story.
That's right.
That's right, Bobby. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
We love it.
Right.
Good. You should.
You better.
We ain't friends no more.
Man, a few words.
Yeah, but the words that come out of my mouth are genuine.
We know it.
I can sometimes I just don't feel like talking.
Yeah, more power to you.
Or sometimes I feel like I'm annoying you guys, and I don't want to keep joking around.
That's not.
No.
You don't ever annoy.
Well, don't say I can't, because I'll be like blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I don't know what would keep you from. No one.
Well, I don't want to overdo it either. I don't want to become annoying.
You got a cool. Again, you've heard me say it before. It's called legitimate nonchalance. It's very difficult to accomplish. So but don't become self-conscious of it, because
no, I'm not.
You got this, buddy. You got this.
It's just one thing.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. Forget about the last 3 minutes. Let's go.
Now we're never going to forget about it. You're talking to the high.
I'm not going to stop thinking about it.
High anxiety here. I'm never going to stop thinking about it. There you go.
My anxiety, you win.
Now that Bobby's singing, you ready for yours?
I thought I was going last. I'm not ready.
Are you going last tonight? Okay.
I'm always going last. That's me. I'll be last.
All right, cool. All right.
Because mine's the shortest all the time. So
you got it, buddy.
Yeah.
So Oz, is it you or me?
Doesn't matter to me. We can go either way.
All right, let's. This is good. This can go on all night, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and. I can't even.
I love that.
It makes me happy. Sorry, I interrupted you, Oz. you were about to say something, and I clicked on it. So mine's gonna be quick tonight because I realized like I don't want to change up the weekly weirdos, so I'm gonna keep it to one character.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would could go off on a tangent regarding all of the ghostly figures I have in the collection, which aren't really a lot, but they're the few ones that I have are important ones for sure. Otis, that's right, Ace. Gotta love Otis. He's right there. He's right there pretending to not be bothered by me talking. So this is this week's weekly weirdo is a character that I know Bobby loves, but I know we all love. But one of the first things Bobby and I bonded on were these guys, the cereal monsters, and Boo Berry is not the top favorite for a lot of Cereal Monsters fans. Usually it's either Frankenberry or Count Chocula are right up at the top people's lists. But for me, I've got two favorites. They're right neck and neck, and it's Frankenberry and Boo Berry. And I don't know what it is about berry cereal, but I was always a fan of Fruit Loops and Fruity Pebbles and Boo Berry and Frankenberry. Although I only recall one time for each of those as a kid having the opportunity to eat that cereal. I don't know, like my parents were okay with getting Fruit Loops for me, but not maybe Boo Berry and Frankenberry looked like it had too much sugar. I don't know. Try to interpret it, I guess. But yeah, and Tricks too. Eternian Royalty said Tricks, and Tricks too. Love that. So I just want to talk briefly about Boo Berry. I love this guy. I love him, and I finally figured out why I love him, and it's his face. He wants out of the party like right now. He's the type of person that will just leave the party, right as who show up because they've shown up to say hi to the friends and they said they would show up, and then Boo Berry's out of there. Like he's just not having it. So when they announced the figure of this, it was really exciting. Yeah, look at that guy. He's like, I could care less. I'm out of here. Also, maybe I'm worried about you. I don't know. This guy's and maybe he's got a little bit of the legitimate nonchalance that Bobby has, I think.
It's the Peter Lorre eyes.
It's the Peter Lorre eyes. It's the uneasy position of the mouth. And Bobby, I know you have one of these.
Yes, I do.
Right? And so there's three of them here. Adam, you don't have one, do you?
I don't have any of those, but I think they're awesome. I love them.
They're really cool.
Yeah, mine's in the
Jada
other room
Toys.
by my TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jada Toys knocked the ball out of the park with their figures from the cereal monsters. They are really spectacular.
They're knocking out of park across the board with all their figures, but something just hit so special. You know, the first time you showed off one of your the cereal monsters, I was like, "Oh, that's it right there. I'm all in on those."
The other one I have is the Frankenberry one. I think maybe that's the one.
Oh, you don't have Chocula yet?
Mm-mm.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I thought you had picked up Count Chocula. I knew Bobby had them all so far.
Yeah, I got them all.
So as a this brings up an interesting dilemma for toy collectors, right? Like I've never really been a completist. Although I'm always on the verge. I'm always on the verge. But Boo Berry and Frankenberry are my two favorites. So because I'm so committed to Masters collecting, when I start to see another line coming out that I'm interested in, I have to pick and choose. And like I would love to have all of the NECA Universal monsters.
Yeah.
I got to pick one or two. Frankenstein and Creature from the Black Lagoon. All right. So it's like that for Boo Berry and Frankenberry. Although I keep thinking about Count Chocula. About once a month, I get into a deep scenario in my brain where I'm like, might need to.
Well, you want to get it now, right? Like you want to get it now before it goes on for too long and he's even harder to find, and then you got to pay like double, triple the price.
This is it. This is how it begins.
I'll tell you, he's a great figure. He's a great figure.
He really is.
You can't half-ass the set.
No.
All right. Okay.
I actually said that myself. I was going to not get the Masters figures so I can get the Monster cereals. I got them tattooed on me. I hate this. I got them on me, so I have to have them.
Here's my thing. I mean, you haven't heard anything about their next one yet.
Yeah, I hope they come out with the other 2 or 3 now.
Yeah. I hope that they do, and if they don't, that's even more reason to get Count Chocula.
That's right.
And speaking of the complete set, I entered that Cause cereal monster contest.
Yeah.
And a lot of people entered that contest, and a lot of people got these. So that was a really cool promotional thing that they did, and I got all of them back here. So, but yeah, it's I might, because I have all of them, I might have to. Yeah, you guys talked me into it. All right.
Don't worry,
I'll do it.
More than just talking you into it. I mean, what? Are
you price checking?
I'm finding you the cheapest available right now.
Yeah, Oz is so good at that. And now that his internet doesn't get bothered by him doing the research as much as it used to, I'm like, go for it, Oz.
It still does a little. It's still a little shaky. Like I was having some issues earlier, but I cut out doing some background things, and it's working fine now. I saw what was happening with you, and it scared me. So I was like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, it got a little scary for me. I got a little sad. Mega J is here. Did you show Mega J's comment already?
I was showing several as we went down. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I just showed that one too.
And good to have you, Mega J, and Bud's here too.
Hey.
Yeah, Bud.
Sorry if I missed that, everybody. But yeah, so Boo Berry is my weekly weirdo. I wish I had more to say about Boo Berry, except for that he's just awesome. And every year I am tempted to buy a box, but I don't have to anymore because I got a little miniature box down there right next to my Boo Berry.
I get it every year because I want the damn cereal, and I can only get it once a year.
That's right. Yeah,
it's rough, man.
My friend's dad worked at General Mills, and we get boxes of that all the time.
Oh man, that's so good.
It's right
it's
there.
A bit much for me at this age. I don't know. I don't like to start the day by getting tired. That's what happens.
I buy it just for the box and stuff. Mm-hmm. I like.
I know that. Occasionally the box art is a little bit different, and so it's all for people that collect them or collect the box art. Like there must be. I would love to see somebody's like all of somebody's like variants, collection of the cereal box art. I bet there's a book. If there's not a book that documents cereal box art, there should be.
There should be.
Because I mean, there's been some really good ones over the years.
Yeah, dang, that's a great idea. Why hasn't anybody done that?
I don't know.
Skelly, there you
go. Maybe
go.
Because it's all copyrighted images, that's a lot of different companies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd have to be just General Mills, and then you'd have to have Post or whatever. All those Kellogg, all different types of.
That is so true.
That makes a lot of sense. That's why we don't have that book yet.
Yeah. Do you have this one, Skelly? The blind box.
I do not, but so beautiful.
He looks edible.
See, Jay missed it. He wasn't here earlier. We plugged it earlier, buddy, because we were talking about.
We plugged it, Jay. We plugged it.
We did. Yep. Everybody, after we're done, go watch Jay's video.
Some people maybe even just left and went
really
to watch
good.
it. Right? I did
Wait
see the
until we're
numbers
done.
go down.
Yeah. Wait till we're done first, please.
I-
We're starving over here.
Our self-esteem goes down as every person leaves.
we have,
Wait,
yeah,
you
we
guys
have
have
like a.
self-esteem?
That's so true. That's real. That's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, mine's like the numbers that watch, and when it goes up, my self-esteem goes up. When it goes down, I start to
Yeah.
lose good feelings here.
We
Look, listen to the man, okay? Please stay. Don't leave.
Yeah. When Bobby gets real quiet, that means we're down to 5 viewers. But when we get up to 20, he is like, yeah, that's when
I
the
got to
wit
show
comes out.
off. Yeah, I'm trying to keep the people. I'm trying to entertain everybody. Like, oh, hey.
You got to talk more with the hands when you do it, because that'll
Yeah,
always
watch
get
this
them. That gets
idiot.
them.
You know,
Jeez.
I'll say some stupid shit once in a while.
That's right. We love it. Ace said, speaking of cereal, anyone stoked for Jerry Seinfeld's new cereal movie? Yes, absolutely. Yes. Have you all watched the trailer yet? It's called.
No,
forget
I
what
didn't even know it was
called.
coming out. Yeah.
It's partly fictional about the invention of the Pop-Tart and the battle of the cereal companies, Post versus
no
Kellogg's.
Really?
And there's a ton of great, like, hilarious people in this movie, and a lot of them are playing cereal icons. Like Hugh Grant is playing Tony the Tiger,
Oh, jeez.
but it's not animated. It's Hugh Grant in a Tony the Tiger costume.
Really?
Yeah, and
Interesting.
I'm really excited.
I have to check that out.
Snap Crackle Popper in there.
Yeah. Rice Krispies.
I was gonna say, like, I'm just picturing this epic battle amongst cereal mascots, like going at it.
It's crazy. The trailer looks great.
All right, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Not right now, because that would definitely it would kick me off the streaming thing. And thank you very much, Alan. We appreciate that.
That's awesome, Alan. Thank you.
Nice.
Follow each other, folks. Everybody get on to everybody. You see a name here, that means they have a presence of some sort on YouTube. Go over there, check them out, like their videos, watch their videos, become their friend, subscribe, do all the things. It's fun.
All the things.
Yeah.
Hashtag that.
Yeah, all the things. All right, Oz. You're next, buddy.
It's time to buckle those seatbelts and you better grab a hold of something. They're going to journey through the awesome verse.
You know what I absolutely love is nobody else can see that but us, and that is amazing. YouTube, thank you.
Bobby and I were doing the robot together.
You guys got to become a Patreon to see that kind of content. So subscribe to any one of our Patreons, and you can see Bobby and Skelly do the robot
And many other things. Not together,
Many
though.
other
I shouldn't have said it that way.
You never know. Someone might ask something of you in the future.
Whoa.
Cereal box art book for Australian cereals.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Wow. Okay. That's what's up. We're going to have to check that out.
Yeah, that's great.
Kind of interesting.
I'm a big fan of Australian movies. I'm just a big fan of Australian music. I've said that before on here.
I mean, they did name the continent after me. I'm just saying.
Yeah, there you go.
That's true.
Land of Oz. So the whole place is named after me. That's why everything there tries to kill people. It's trying to wipe out humanity because I can't.
Oz is planning on a takeover, and he's going to rename it to Australia.
I have been planning that since high school is better.
I can totally see Oz. Oz, you got to be the next villain in the next Mad Max movie or Furiosa movie.
My plan was to start by taking over Cuba first and then working my way around.
Oh, wow.
Are you gonna take over Cuba? Have a little, I'm not gonna discuss it here because the government's watching.
Yeah, you don't want to give away your plans.
Then
Yeah,
they'll
that's
know.
right. All evil villains give away their plans.
We monologue
They-
too much. It's just what
they
we do.
they love to
the
hear
ego.
themselves talk.
We
Yep.
monologue and we check out them cheeks.
Oh man. Wait, is this your segment? This is his plan the whole time.
Yeah, right.
This is Oz's segment.
So we all know I love Ghostbusters, right? It's part of what, spawned this topic to begin with was, talking with Skelly about Frozen Empire and just absolutely love Ghostbusters. This is a matter of fact, I couldn't find these guys anywhere. Terrence, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Couldn't find this guy anywhere around here. And as a matter of fact, Corey was down in Make Shape Create. Corey was down in Texas, and he sent me a picture. They had this giant end cap display of all their Ghostbuster stuff, and they had it out because, mind you, Target had like an exclusivity on it all the way up until like April 1st or whatever. And somehow in Texas, they just had all their Ghostbuster stuff out, and this was on it. I couldn't find it at any of the Targets, so got this sweet dude finally. Love it. It's a little bit smaller than I thought it would be, but it's still really cool. And I have no idea what he sounds like yet because I haven't bought batteries yet to put back in him.
I keep looking for that guy at Target and still haven't run into one.
Yeah. So really, I was going to do a topic on for Ghost. I put a little slideshow together of some of the creepiest ghosts in the real Ghostbusters.
Awesome.
Okay. Now, these are just some of the ones that I picked out. The ones that kind of creeped me out the most are just ones that I've really, really enjoyed. They're definitely some very notable episodes. So I'm going to bring that up here in just a second. And now, here we go. We're starting off with the Sandman. He himself looked a lot like kind of like a fluffy doughboy. He definitely did not seem as creepy, especially if you've ever read Neil Gaiman's Sandman, and then you're looking at this guy, like, really?
Yeah.
But, like, he was putting everybody in town asleep, making them dream. And probably one of the best ways they ever came up with to defeat the ghost was he put Janine to sleep, but her dream was to become a Ghostbuster. See, when he put all the Ghostbusters to sleep, they had their own other dreams that they were chasing that wasn't being a Ghostbuster. Putting her to sleep, in her dream, she wanted to be a Ghostbuster. So she became a Ghostbuster, and that was that first time that we saw Janine suit up.
That's cool.
Which they plug in the trailer that she suits up in the new movie. So go check it out, folks, if you want to see Annie Potts actually as a Ghostbuster.
That's cool.
And next up's kind of cheating. It's a little bit of a twofer here because it's the Headless Horseman.
Wait. You can't. Can you go back to that slide real quick?
Which one?
What is going on with its body?
Well, hold on. We're going to get to that. So episode starts off with the Headless...
the Sandman's body. Sorry.
Okay, so he's standing behind a gargoyle preaching over the sleep.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like a turkey or something.
I was like, this is brutal. Like he's splayed open. Like that's crazy.
No,
I don't remember that.
That's a gargoyle. Actually, it would have been a lot more frightening if he was splayed open like this.
Yeah, that would be terrifying. Okay, thank you. Sorry. Please continue.
I'm sad we never did get a toy of this guy, though, right? Like, we got some toys of some of the other ones, but we never got a toy of this guy. So now we got the Headless Horseman. As we all know, I absolutely adore the Headless Horseman. I'm rocking the shirt here from Four Horsemen's Figure Obscura.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, it starts out with talking about the story of the Headless Horseman, back in time. And that's why he's got the flaming jack-o'-lantern and he's, riding the horse looking kind of bony here. But then it brings him into the future where now he's just giving you total Ghost Rider vibes.
Yeah, right.
Now, you can't see it from this angle so much, but this was one of the better ones so that you could actually see him on the bike. So now he, in present day, he's like this biker, but instead of giving him a skull or something that he can throw that's flaming, it's a bike helmet. And again, they got to keep it somewhat safe to kids, even though this little thing right back here on the back of the bike is a skull. But whatevs, I guess the flaming, it was probably the flaming skull was a little too close to this guy on the motorcycle, and that's why they were like, let's not do that.
Exactly. Exactly.
But it's still right there. Which brings to another great topic that we're finally, with the 85th anniversary Marvel Legends line, getting a Danny Ketch Ghost Rider from the 90s. So I'm definitely going to try to pick that guy up.
That's cool.
Faves. But again, like this, I was just always been a huge fan of the Headless Horseman. So I really, really liked this episode. Thought it was cool. Plus, I always liked motorcycles too. So them putting them on a motorcycle for modern times just kind of pushed all the buttons for me. Yet again, something about the Headless Horseman always just does that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Then the beautiful embodiment of Halloween, Sam Hain here. And yes, they did pronounce it Sam Hain, even though the actual pronunciation is completely different. Thank you, Bobby. But yeah, it was, for the cartoon, they didn't really know any better. They only I feel they briefly looked up a few things and then they were like, yeah, okay, moving along now. This will work for the cartoon. Put it in there. But he wanted to raise an army of ghosts and take over, New York, the world. And it was, again, a phenomenal episode. Just absolutely one of the best out there. Could you imagine having Halloween forever? I mean, that's what we all say. Halloween for us isn't a one part of the year kind of thing. We try to live it every day. So this guy was right up there for that. Now, this guy to me was a little bit creepier than Sam Hain himself. Sam Hain's very classic, very, spooky Halloween tropes. This was, what did they call him? The Metamorpho. It was kind of this shape-shifting demon that fed off of fear and just really would keep changing itself, and it grew more powerful throughout the episode. Eventually, by the end of it, is absolutely huge and massive.
Wow.
It was a really fun episode too, because they also found this other doggish, creepy ghost thing that was part of some kind of traveling circus sideshow thing that ended up taking this guy on. But they at first thought that the big shape-shifting demon was the little dog, and it wasn't. So this guy was really creepy. I picked this particular image just because it was really showing off that it could take on multiple forms.
Yeah.
But by the end, it was really, really creepy and really huge, and looked like something out of one of those episodes or one of the books, one of the drawings from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Oh yeah.
That's what it really reminded me of.
It's definitely given me some John Carpenter's The Thing vibes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Definitely has those elements. All right. Now we're going to wrap it up with my all-time favorite, and although technically not a ghost, the Boogeyman.
Yeah.
Just
so good.
All in all, one of the creepiest, scariest characters of all time. Certainly creeps you out. Whenever I think of the Boogeyman, this giant pompadour, long-nosed, big chin, toothy grin guy comes to mind. And, he's got those cloven feet and everything. He was so creepy. And the voice sticks with me to this day. When he first pops up and sees Egon, does the whole I remember you. It sends chills, just chills. But one of my most, he was only in 2 episodes. That was it. He was one of the few that actually did come back, because most of them were really one-offs. But he was one of the ones that I just wanted to keep seeing come back, like a reoccurring villain. And, I guess 2 episodes is more reoccurring than most, right?
Yeah. But it kind of reminds me of the, he's straight out of, he's always reminded me of this Yellow Submarine animation.
Yeah.
Some weird similarities there.
Yeah. He's just one of the creepiest. And, it's funny too, out of all of these that I've just shown off, they're all iconic. They're all memorable. They were definitely like those episodes all stood out to me. They're my favorite to go back and watch. We never got toys of any of them, right? Like
Yeah.
we had toys based off of the animated series, but we very rarely got like the ghouls and the baddies
Yeah.
from the TV episode. And I know part of that's down to just trying to design, you know, toys overall. Like they got to be toyetic, and maybe they felt like these weren't. But I'm sorry, like I know there's been a couple of customs that have gone out and put this guy out there.
Yeah.
Joe says it's cheating.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I can't definitely can't disagree with you. Allison's letting us know that his spitting image.
I just got to say, Allison, your ex's family seems really interesting.
It's like the Addams family.
They most definitely are.
Yeah.
I mean, they're beyond the Addams family. But just, you know, it's cool. The Phantasm Toys have been doing a really good job. Now, for those of you who don't know, I talk them up a lot. It's Tony Taylor Studios, as well as also Tony Taylor Toys and Baducci Studios teaming up and putting out some cool stuff like they've done. But they're mostly bringing into toy form from the movie. Right, like I've got the Destroyer, which was Gozer done in an animated style. They did the Scaleri brothers, which we mentioned earlier tonight. They also have done the Librarian as well. Who makes
that's cool.
Another appearance. So definitely, if you guys get a chance, go check them out. If you're a big Ghostbusters fan, now mind you, these are always limited quantity stuff, so they're very pricey, but they are collector-friendly packaging. They're just amazing, absolutely amazing toys.
Cool.
And maybe one day we'll see something a little bit along the lines of this beautiful, terrifying, creepy, just demon from hell. Like he really is one of the most frightening characters they ever put in the show, and definitely scared me as a kid.
Yeah. With a chin that won't quit.
Nope, that chin won't quit.
Chin won't.
Reminds me of what was that? The second Men in Black. He's a ball-chinian, Kay.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, the one guy, his chin, it was like a butt chin, but it was actually his nuts, and punched him in the nuts.
Noir has a character like that too.
Yeah, they do.
The Moon guy, he's got the big balls on his chin.
Not to be confused with Mac tonight, folks. Not that Moon guy.
No.
Oh man.
Just repicturing those Mac Tonight commercials.
Well, thank you, Oz. That was awesome. Love it. I love seeing those characters. I'm glad that the Sandman is not splayed out like that in the cartoon, and that was the gargoyle. So
yeah,
thank goodness for that.
Spooky ghosts. Just I've realized I got a couple of ghosts here recently because of Ghostbusters, but Blue Hagnon.
Oh, let's see.
Beautiful. So this is Blue Hagnon from Mythic Legions. They released a character, Hagnon, several waves ago, Advent of Decay, I believe. Joe can correct me if I'm wrong. But he is a ghost that's part of Ilithia's Brood, which is the vampires group. And they re-released this guy recently for the retail exclusive in a translucent blue, but totally glow in the dark, which I absolutely love. Because you don't see many blue glow-in-the-dark toys. And this one is blue. So I'm giving it a bit charge here. I'm going to kill the studio lights, folks.
Ah!
And maybe we'll see a bit of glow action. No, not really. I didn't charge him up long enough. But
well, he takes the light quite well. Like that's
popping it right underneath like that. Yep, and they're also going to be doing this. If you guys all saw when I had the Jacob Marley Necronominus, thank you, I appreciate that. So right now, one of the retail exclusives that they have that's going to be really awesome is they are doing a glow-in-the-dark Jacob Marley. So the first
Yeah,
one was
that's
like
cool.
half transparent plastic, and then the other one was, or the new one's going to be blue glow-in-the-dark. I'm hoping it's going to be the blue glow-in-the-dark, similar to our good friend here, Blue Hagnon, which is one of my favorite Mythic Legions figures, right up there with my glow-in-the-dark Headless Horseman.
Cool.
Well, that's not Mythic Legions, that's Figure Obscura, but
Still
tit for tat.
fits right in.
It's 4 horsemen.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yes.
Well, that brings us to the grand mystery of tonight.
So,
Here we go
What
with
is
a
it?
legitimate.
that wraps it up. So that's what I wanted to show that off. Oh, I was doing it. Oh, you played the video? I was talking the whole time.
Well, that was Bobby's segment. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And I think that's it for tonight.
That's right.
All right,
Move
cue
on.
credits. Gotcha.
Hey, we didn't do our All right. So anyway, since it's multimedia, I'm going to do a couple things here.
Mm.
In the mode of ghosts, obviously, I'm going to talk about 3 King Diamond albums.
Yes.
He does concept albums. Each song is part of a story of the whole album. First one is his most famous album, Abigail, set in 1777.
Yes.
You know, it talks about. I don't want to give the story away if anybody wants to listen to it or whatever, but it's all spooky shit. It's great. I love this.
I love it so much.
He's such a badass, you know. But
so cool.
The best song on here is the Family Ghost. I love that song. But this album is fantastic. Like me, I love a lot of horror, and I love horror in my music as well. I mean, I'm a big on punk, you know, obviously, but I do have a side thing that I like to listen to a lot, and King Diamond's one of them. And it's got a lot of horror stuff to it, but Abigail is a great horror story. The second one is also another one that came out right after Abigail, and it's called Them. This is another spooky story. Each song connects a whole story together as well. It's a concept album.
Love that.
It's about a grandmother who comes back from the insane asylum, and there are spooky ghosts inside the house, and they're connected to this teapot, and it's fucking badass shit.
That's awesome.
It is. And then, of course, you know, Gene Simmons, you know, made him change his makeup from this because it looks too close to Gene Simmons.
He made him, of course.
Yeah, he sued him, so that's why he changed it a lot to look a little bit more creepier, you know, so it doesn't look like the bat wings and shit like that.
Who says I own bat wings?
Gene Simmons says that.
I know.
What Gene
Might as well
Simmons
see
says,
DC Comics too.
I know, it's the law of the land, right? Yeah, like Lobo and shit.
Yeah.
And then
Batman.
And then the final album, because I didn't do the sequels, because there is a sequel to Them. It's called Conspiracy.
Ooh.
But this one has more to do with the ghosts than that other one does. And then there's a sequel that came out later on to Abigail. It's called Abigail 2. But that's a great album. And then the third one is, what is this one called? I forgot the damn name. Give Me Your Soul, Please. It's these poor twins that got killed, and she's trying to save her brother from going to hell, so she has to take another soul. So it's badass.
That's intense.
And this is his makeup for that album.
Yeah, there you go.
I dressed up like that for Halloween one year.
Yeah?
Yeah, got photos of it.
You got to share those photos with us. We need to see that.
But this is the last one. This is the last album he actually came out with. Here's his Black Cat Magic. It's his real cat. But it's also a character in the story, and you can see the ghost in the eyes.
Yeah,
that's cool stuff. But
That's cool.
yeah, I love the concept albums from King Diamond because they're all horror stories.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like horror stories and you like good music, give him a chance. Some people don't like his singing a lot because he's very falsetto, but it makes sense. It's awesome stuff.
I love his voice.
So do I.
And he's definitely a big influence on Ghost, the band Ghost.
Yep.
And that sort of like the what's the like rock opera approach
Yes.
to this is really what a cool way to do this.
Mhm.
Not shying away from the theatrics of the whole thing, like going deep into it and making concept albums. I love that.
Yeah, when I was in the band back in 92, 93 time, I knew a guy, he's actually the guitar tech for King Diamond now.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
it's cool that he's that way. And now
go ahead. Did you ever grab any of the King Diamond or the King Diamond action figures from Super 7?
I have the Super 7 ones, yes, the original one, black and white version, and the original one. I didn't get the ultimate version of it though.
Right.
I really wanted to, but it was really expensive for me at the time.
Those are. I mean, Super 7's always expensive.
Yeah, that's why I call them Super Price 7.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and if anybody's interested in listening, I may or may not have just grabbed those links and dropped them in the chat if you want to hear the albums on YouTube.
Yeah.
I was trying to do it as quickly as Bobby could talk, but
well, I could talk fast.
Good at that.
I'm from Chicago. I talk quick.
Well, I also forgot some spaces in there, folks. So you got to start at the HTTPS for the URL.
I was like, what the hell's album? And then, yeah, it's weird. And to get a little cuter, I wanted to talk just briefly about one of my favorite cartoons since I was a kid.
I know what you're gonna say.
Do you?
Yeah.
No.
Nice. He froze, so I don't know if his reaction is.
He's scared.
It's great that he froze like this. Skelly's gonna be stuck on the episode. Oh, he came in.
Was I like this?
Is this what you?
No,
like?
yes, your arms
yes,
like this
okay.
the whole time. It was great.
Yeah, this is a 2-disc set of his theatrical shorts.
Yes.
It's but there's 55 cartoons from 1945, I believe, till 59. But yeah, these are all great. I grew up watching Casper. I love Casper. They're cuter, they're not like Looney Tunes or nothing, but it's still. Like I said, I'm a big horror fan. I like monsters and all that stuff. So cartoons or ghosts or anything like that, it's awesome. And then it does come out. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I just saw that at Walmart not too long ago, and I was really I was as soon as I left the store, I was like sad that I didn't get it. But
this exact set.
This exact set.
Yeah. I say there is a Harvey Tunes set out there too, because he's part of the Harvey Tunes, but it's the same cartoons. It's just they're cut up a little bit.
That's the one, and it's beautiful packaging too.
Yeah, and then it has a disc 3, which is the cartoon series on the TV show.
So that's what I remember mostly.
Yeah, and that one has the 3 ghosts, the bat, his
uncles,
nasty friends, or whatever, and then cute little Wendy on there.
Yeah, I love that.
My sister loved the movie that came out. Devin.
I remember that.
It was a good movie. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I remember as a kid just groaning, but then as an adult actually being like, you know what, that was actually a pretty cool movie. Not gonna lie.
And then my final one here would be Casper's Halloween special. This is the Hanna-Barbera one.
Yep.
This is great because it's got cool Halloween song that they sing in there, and the kids go trick or treating. I'm a big fan of kids trick or treating and stuff because Halloween's always been special to me. So I always love watching these shows like that.
I love it.
It's got Harry Scary in there and the witch and stuff. So,
but that's Harry Scary. Oh my God, that's right. That's so good.
He's got that voice. Yeah,
that perfect voice.
Yeah. So, but that's what I got.
I wish I could do that voice. I can't.
Yeah,
but no,
I could do it a little bit, but I don't want to. I can't. I have to like warm up for it.
Yeah, Will Ferrell does a great Harry Carey impersonation, which is pretty close to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even I can't just do that one at the drop.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, number one, I got to say, Bobby, your selections surprised me, but
Okay.
also
Lose
made
everybody again? Oh,
complete
sorry, it was
sense.
dead silent there.
Am I frozen again?
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
Oh, yeah, it made complete sense.
Oh, what'd you think I was going to say tonight?
I don't know. Oz said something about going silent, so I thought maybe I froze again.
Oh,
Oh, what did I think you were going to present tonight?
yeah.
I thought that we were going to have a conflict because you were wearing the Boo Berry shirt and you did it to throw me off.
I did.
Right?
Because I knew you were going to bring up the blueberry figure because you put it in the thumbnail.
The
Yeah.
thumbnail.
So I'm like, nah. That's why I brought my little
You're
blueberry
so
there, and I had the shirt
smart.
on, and I was like,
This
yeah, that's why.
this
Because I knew when
guy.
you asked me in the beginning before we started, so what's your segment about? I'm like, I'm not telling you.
Because I got it figured out, buddy.
That's right. I know you.
There is something on the thumbnail that we haven't mentioned yet, and I know Bobby and I, at least maybe Adam and Oz too, have an appreciation for this. But Bobby and I have had lots of conversations about this. But the original, not the holiday version. Sorry, fans of Nightmare Before Christmas, but the original Haunted Mansion is, those ghosts are so iconic to me.
Yes.
The hitchhiking ghosts, every character on that ride. I don't know what it was about when I got a chance to go to Disneyland as a kid. That and Pirates of the Caribbean both made such huge impressions on me. And I have the Haunted Mansion soundtrack on vinyl. I love the music from that ride. It's so much fun. It's probably part of the reason why I love the band, the Ghastly Ones. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the Ghastly Ones.
I'm familiar with them.
Yes.
Yeah, love them.
Hard to get any of their stuff though, man. Jeez.
Oh, it is. And I follow them on Instagram, and every once in a while something will post like a limited edition vinyl of something, and it's like, it's so hard to get in there and get it. Like, we all worry about missing out on something from Mattel Creations. Just try to be a Ghastly Ones fan.
Yeah,
that it's I love the Haunted Mansion. Just had to say that.
Me too. I'm a very, very big fan of the Haunted Mansion. When I go to Disneyland, I no joke. I probably do ride it probably about 6 times for 2 days. No, I'd say 4 times a day, 4 times each day. So 8 times total. I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love it. Yeah.
You're probably like me in that whenever we take the kids to Disneyland lately, it's very, I wish it could be more frequently, but we try to go, or I can't say that we've succeeded in this because when a chance comes to go to Disneyland, you don't let it go. But we've tried to focus our trips to off season, like not the holiday season,
right? Yeah,
so that we can get the original OG Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, don't go during the holidays because you'll get sick like I did.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're never gonna go on the holidays during the holidays again.
Nope.
Oh, Ace is mentioning another thing I wanted to bring up tonight, which kind of bridges the the type of hero cartoons that we all loved, right? But Space Ghost Coast to Coast, it bridges it. I love that. He's not a ghost, or is he? But he's a hero in outer space, and I love the Space Ghost Coast to Coast comedy talk show that was on, what was it, Nickelodeon or no? Cartoon Network?
No, it was Cartoon Network.
Yeah, Cartoon Network.
The Ramones were on an episode.
Pardon?
Yeah.
The Ramones were on an episode.
Yes, they were. Yeah, absolutely.
They were great, man. Like, I remember as a kid not appreciating it as much, and then I got just a little bit older, and I was like, you know what? This show is amazing.
Yeah,
It is fun.
When him and
their
Brack
guests,
would start going at it.
yeah. And I know if Thanos is watching, I know that he's a fan of space. Oh, sure, yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Right? Like now I'm
Yeah.
all in. I'm gonna have to watch. I didn't know they were doing that, but
Yeah, that's
man,
cool.
That 30th anniversary for that already.
30 years. Jesus.
It's definitely amazing. That and C Lab 2023 or 2022. What was
2021.
it? 2021. Like I freaking love that. That show got really. I mean, talk about weird. That show got really weird. But when I was, those shows came out right at the time where I was, I was realizing the nostalgic value of Hanna-Barbera cartoons. And like that particular kind of like animation, the type of music involved, the type of actors they would hire to do the voices, and the style of the animation. And then someone at Cartoon Network must have been on the same wavelength, because then those shows started coming out, and I love that.
We should do an episode on them. I got most of them on DVD.
Oh yeah,
there we go.
Let's do it.
Has some wacky races going on.
Yeah,
Hanna-Barbera. We're watching. Thanks to Aaron Davies, we are in the middle of watching the Super Friends.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So,
Always
yeah, it's great. Speaking Moistly is here. Great to see you. Welcome.
Just got a little bit moister in here.
Was that what that is?
That's what that is. A little bit more moist.
Moister.
A little bit more moister.
Moist is more. No.
Talking about the Casper the Friendly Ghosts got me on a binge right now.
Yeah.
You guys remember when the movie came out and Pizza Hut was doing the hand puppets that were glow in the dark?
I had those, yeah.
Yeah. My sister being a huge fan, I'm like looking those up right now, trying to find them. And I got to tell you, they did not age well. Everyone that I find, like, they're kind of falling apart a little bit. Or, of course, because it was the cheap restaurant toy stuff. So, like, the plastic itself is, like, pretty yellowed. Or when you do find it in a really good condition set, it's, like, stupid expensive. Ooh, I just found a set of his uncles, at least, for a decent price. Sending K-Roll the links. Sorry.
So,
but they're great.
Oz, you're the only person that I know that can talk and do internet things at the same time. I don't know how you do it.
Hey, you know what? As long as the computer keeps up with me, I'm running a mile. Like, just nonstop.
Well, he practices on OnlyFans. That's why.
Osley fans.
Oh my gosh! And yes, Aaron. Yeah, Rocky and Bull. Any of you guys fans of Rocky and Bullwinkle?
Yes, I have the set.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely right. Thank you so much, Aaron, for sending.
One of my concerts, I played drums in my band. I had a Boris T-shirt.
Ah, there you go.
Nice.
Moose and Squirrel.
Oh, I keep clicking on the wrong thing. So this is why I'm not in charge of this, Oz.
I'm sorry. I got distracted by glow in the dark stuff. Don't hate me.
I was just going to blindly click on things, and but it's all good comments. Yeah.
There it is. I need to do a 10 animated Scooby-Doo list.
Yeah, I mean, well, how can you just pick 10? All those episodes are great, right?
Yeah.
It's going to take me a while to do all the research. I might have to get a little baked, get some munchies, get some snacks.
Yeah, to run through the DVD set again. Yeah.
A couple of times.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And Ace is making a good point. Those Scooby-Doo ghost figures are really cool. Yeah. And affordable.
Yeah, I went and got Connor the well, you guys have seen it. Like, he's got the Mystery Machine, and I was getting all the figure like 2-packs, so it came with like one of the ghosts, from like the original show, and then like one of the characters of the mystery gang. And man, they are some of like my favorite, like just toys to look at. They're a great scale. They're good. They're going to be meeting up with the Ghostbusters not these Ghostbusters, but when I set up the real Ghostbusters, when I set them up with some of their ghosts, like Stay Puffed and everything, Scooby-Doo gang's going to be hanging out with them.
Yeah. I and those figures look they look very close to the cartoon, which is very important.
Yeah, it is.
Big fan. I mean, Imagine X did some really cool ones too, and then they had like a whole haunted house place set that came with it.
Oh,
that
so
was
cool.
Really, really neat.
That's so great.
Kind of want to buy a dollhouse and just paint it up.
Yeah,
make a haunted house out of it. I mean, because I could use it for multiple displays. I could use it for the Ghostbusters. I could use it for, Scooby-Doo. I'm just going to sit around, play with my play sets.
Do it.
That's what's on Osley Fans, folks. If y'all are wondering, it's nothing weird or perverted. It's just me playing with toys.
What kind of toys are we talking about there?
I said nothing perverted. You're going to scare them away. I need to lure them in first.
Sorry.
And now I'm going to show you my scare glow. No. Has anybody gotten... Did any of you guys get the Skeleton Warriors 2-pack?
No.
I didn't yet. I still haven't. They're still available on BBTS, and I need to order them before they're not going to be available on there. I want at least like 2 packs.
Yeah, they're really cool. It's one of the things that I'm still on the fence about getting, but after tonight's talk about cool ghost things and glow-in-the-dark plastics, and then thinking about Evil Dead earlier in tonight's episode, I just think about Army of Darkness. I think about the Skeleton Warriors, and then I start wanting to get them again. They're very cool.
I'm about ready to go find that Playmobil set, because the Ghostbusters Playmobil stuff too is really cool. I'm gonna make a whole new collection for Playmobil stuff.
Yeah, that's great stuff.
Playmobil's got the A-Team van and the whole team.
Here's a ghost we didn't cover.
Oh yeah,
Spirit of Castle Grayskull.
Spirit of Grayskull. That's right.
And the funny part is that looks better than what Mattel put out. I mean, what?
It very much does. Yeah,
it does.
This one glows in the dark too.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Mattel
that's beautiful.
Put a lot of detail in there, but it all washes out because of the way they did the translucent plastic. You don't get to notice any of it.
Yeah, it's really not it doesn't quite do what that piece does that Adam just showed. So
look, Mike, I was waiting on funds at the time because I had them pre-ordered, but then I had to cancel them, and PowerCon was coming up back then. Then it got past PowerCon, and I kind of forgot about them slightly because I was getting all these crazy Mythic Legion stuff, and they got put on a back burner, but they are definitely a must for the collection. They're glow in the dark. They're skeletons. Again, things that just push all of my buttons. They do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you'll see those buttons pushed on. No, I'm just kidding.
On the Osley Fans. Subscribe to Patreon, $3 a month, exclusive Osley Fans content.
You guys are gonna get pissed at me for doing this, but I have another ghost to talk about.
It's okay. Damn, Kelly.
Gosh, I'm about to
ghost. I got a little like frozen there when Bobby said that. I got a little scared.
Good, you should be.
We'll get you.
Look, I gotta agree with Mike on this. Like the one that Adam holds up looks amazing. It's white with beautiful. The blue shadowing, makes it stand out, makes it pop.
It's like the mini comic. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
They did all these other mini comic versions. Where's my mini comic version Spirit of Grayskull?
So how does that look above your beautiful Grayskull? Not the classics, but like the one that we all want.
The custom. Yeah, it looks perfect.
Yeah.
It was made by the same guy who did that custom. Guillermo
Oh,
Grande.
that makes sense why it's so
So
cool.
yeah, this was all a part of the package that he put together.
Yeah,
So
Oh,
It's-
that's
yeah,
fantastic.
Yep.
yeah. I just like I was thinking about it, like, you know what, I need to write an article about Spirit of Grayskull. So I just
Yeah. Hey.
created a note.
Good.
There you
good.
go. There you go. It'll be ready by our Halloween episode.
Definitely.
Counting down, we
We'll
got
be
6
ready.
months.
Sorry, didn't mean to give you a deadline. All right, it's got to be ready by October, Adam.
He's such a slave driver, this one.
Yeah.
You got 6
All
months
right,
to
so-
complete a project. Better step on it.
The welts on the back are ridiculous,
I know you guys should see the emails I write to them. All of you watching, like they're
scathing.
vicious,
They're going to spam folder.
dictatorial emails. The abuse behind the scenes of the frenzy is just
terrible,
unrelenting.
It's absolutely
Oh,
gosh
Curses
awful.
throughout. And
So Ace, let's see the actual account. If you want to reach out to this guy, he doesn't always do them, but if he's got time, he'll do it. I think. Instagram account is at Grayskull. Actually, let me put it in the actual chat.
Oh, cool.
So it's
Yeah.
go to Instagram and where did it go?
Hey, Dracula's Drip. Is this the first time we've had Dracula's Drip?
yeah, I've
Welcome.
never
I
seen the name.
don't
Yep.
recognize it before, so definitely
Another-
glad to have you here.
Wow.
Welcome,
I mean,
welcome.
just such a cool logo too.
Right?
Man, that's beautiful.
Definitely reminds me of like one of those cool old masks.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah.
And he says the Mezco Scooby-Doo set looks pretty dope. I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, all Mezcos look really good. So
all Mezco.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
man.
hard to. Mezco puts out just some really, really good stuff. Nobody can deny that. I just don't always have Mezco money.
Bobby, when you sent me the picture of the newest Mezco Popeye,
Oh,
how did I respond to you?
I think you said, "Oh shit," something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And
I'm pretty
John
sure it was-
covered it.
It's beautiful. Those figures are so ridiculously cool.
I know.
I
That's
can't-
why I wish I could have got those Dick Tracy's, but
Yeah.
I can't.
Man,
Can't get it
can't
all.
Nope.
Can't get it all. All right. So speaking of ghosts, and I mean it when I say don't get mad at me for doing this, but I have an appreciation for a thing that is long gone. So it ventures into the territory of ghosts because it haunts me to this day. But we had a gentleman on this show a while back as a guest, and he makes this stuff. And I just have to briefly mention it because this does fit into the category of ghosts because it is a symbol of a bygone era. But Dustin Cropsboy is making this Officer Big Mac jail miniature, and it's to scale to Mego size figures.
Mhm.
So this thing's massive. It's handmade. Like if you're a fan of the bygone era of McDonald Land playgrounds, this is something that you should look into. And I guess there's a $30 off promo code jailbreak. So not bad.
Nice.
Anyways, I had to mention this ghost of an amazing American icon
Cool.
because
It's cool looking. Yeah.
it's amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
He's doing good stuff, man.
It fits in with
Sure.
our Remco figures, man.
Yeah, right. It fits right in with those Remco figures. Look at them. Or look at
That's
that.
one of the best parts, right?
Yeah. Anyways, I had to do that. I can only do one thing at a time, so I'll get the website right now. And I'll put it in the
HTTP.
seriously. Don't make fun of me. That's exactly what I'm doing right now.
Forward
Well,
slash
forward slash-
GeoCities.
Yeah, right.
That's exactly it.
Oh
That's
man.
exactly it.
It'll take him about
Um,
6 hours to have it drop in the chat because he's using Netscape.
I'm also afraid my internet will poop out.
It explains the shaky internet tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's possessed by some ghosts.
Some ghosts.
Talk about poltergeist.
Ghosts.
All right. Here we go. I got it, guys. I got it.
There goes in sight.
Like woo.
Anyways, I had to.
You had to
I had
type
to
that
sh-
whole thing yourself?
I did. I typed it all myself.
Wow.
Um,
You misspelled product. You have poor duct.
poor duck. It's so true. I would have. I almost started. Listen, I'm not joking. I almost started typing it in. Okay, until I remembered I could copy and paste it.
Oh my
That's so
God.
embarrassing.
Copy
That's
and
so
paste.
sad.
What is that? That's something new?
Copy and paste. Yeah. Anyways. So there's that. I had to throw in a little McDonald land stuff. I had to. But that leads us into this next short segment that we're going to have, which is, what are you guys excited about?
Excited about getting off this damn show and go to the bathroom.
Hey, I was gonna say we kind of talked about it earlier. We're all excited that Halloween's only 6 months away, and
Yeah.
you know, now we know Bobby's really excited to go take a leak.
No, I'm just kidding. It's
Pretty exciting, I guess.
Well, I'm excited about this. I'm excited about the stuff that is being made over there at Sugar Frosted. Such cool stuff. But what are you guys excited about?
Well, I'm excited about the fact that the Kickstarter for AWOC just closed up. They well
Awesome.
exceeded the initial goal. They actually unlocked the Raving on some of the last days there, which if you guys had seen, like Brick and Adam Highly Articulated, as well as Jason from Spiro Toys, like parading around and just really, really getting the big push on their Kickstarter they had going. And not only did they unlock the Raving, and for those of you who may not know or may not have seen it, hits close to home. It's a Raven action figure, and they're kind of like the samurai look to them. Absolutely gorgeous. Then they unlocked Meryl, which is a kind of like alternate head sculpt for it and alternate paint where it looks more like a cardinal. So both of those got unlocked, and they're going to be coming soon. Those figures are going to be top notch. And then the other big thing is that we finally found out what the heck the Four Horsemen were teasing us with. They're coming out with Mythic Legion's blind boxes that are going to be coming out.
That's crazy.
$75 for a box.
Oh, no.
And it sounds like it's a lot, but it's 2 figures. And what it is you're going to get one of the older figures that are harder to find and cost a crap ton. Like some of the figures that they have listed on there sell for over $200 now on the secondary market. You get a chance to get one for $75 plus a newer figure from like one of the newer waves as well.
Oh, okay.
And then it's a $10 flat rate for shipping, which is also great because Four Horsemen they're a little bit more expensive on the shipping. So that's really cool. And that'll be hitting this Monday.
It kind of sounds like a great way to get started on Mythics. If you haven't gotten started, that's like perfect because you get an older one, you get a newer one.
It's definitely a great way to dive in. And yes, they are based off of Tengu. At least that's my take off of it.
Cool.
Yeah, we were talking about Jim and his Guatemala gremlins earlier. Skelly's been infected with your Guatemala gremlins.
Probably. How about you, Adam? What are you excited about? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Adam's good.
I don't have any toys in the mail or anything. I do. I am going to be working on an official project in a small way,
Ooh.
which I can't say what it is.
You do
Whenever
all the
that gets
time.
announced,
You tease
I
them,
mean, I
and
can't.
hey,
Yeah.
I'm so cool.
Oh.
I'm doing this like official thing, but
Such
you know,
a
I can't
tease.
tell you.
Yeah. But it, you know, it's always fun to be able to do that. But it's going to be fairly minor. It's a project that's mostly done, and I'm just kind of coming in at the end.
That's awesome.
Ooh,
That's great.
So
that's
yeah.
cool.
That's awesome, Adam.
Love all the stuff you do, Adam. So
Yes.
I'm excited.
Keeps everything alive.
Yep.
Ace, you've got to tell us what these Boo Hollow blind boxes are, because
Yeah,
something
I don't
about
know
that's
what that
just ringing a bell for me here. What's going on with
Yeah.
these Boo Hollow blind boxes? Tell me. I must know more. I'm about to get all amped up and excited.
Thanos said, "No gremlins around here, just the Fresno Nightcrawlers." That is so
Have
true.
you guys seen those? Like,
yeah,
you guys,
I'm telling you.
I mean, of course you guys know.
They're here. They're here.
Oh man,
I mean, I'm
those
not
are
doing Bobby and
so
me.
weird.
Yeah, Bobby and I are the Fresno Nightcrawlers.
It's you guys. You guys have been all those. Oh man.
Yeah. But
Guatemala gremlins emigrated.
what are
They
you
crossed
excited
the
about,
border.
Bobby?
That you're going to go out and get that Count Chocula figure.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited
And he's
about.
got no excuse because he's got the link sitting in his inbox on
There you go.
freaking Messenger. Cheapest I could find. It's retail price, which is really
That's
good.
perfect.
I tried to see if Hello Dope Toys had it. They only had Booberry. However, if you're missing out on having this very awesome Booberry figure that glows in the dark, looks great, even comes with the mini cereal box.
Mm-hmm.
It's $5 off on Hello Dope Toys right now too. So instead of $25, it's $20. Ted's gonna get it packed up. He's gonna lick it as he puts it in the box and get it shipped to you next day. Promised and guaranteed. Hello Dope Toys.
It's so weird.
I'm not sure if that's the best sales tactic.
I know.
It is a great sales tactic. He puts his DNA on every one of your products.
I don't know.
I don't know if
about
that's good for him either.
Yeah, he's gonna get
Really
sick
not.
one of these
Who knows
days.
where those things have been, but
No, I'm just saying, his DNA will be in somebody's house that he has no idea, and there's something bad's going to happen. They're like, well, he was in there.
oh, see, he says he's going to show it off sometime soon. He's got some vintage Ghostbuster on the way. That was a childhood favorite.
Cool.
Oh, there you go.
That's great. Nice job.
You know, I'm all about them. I've got all my Kenner's Classic Fright features right over here because I got the whole set now. Woo!
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, that brings me to
What the hell is that?
oh my god! You all don't. Sorry, you all have no idea how much fun we have when these things are up on the screen and you can't see us.
It's hilarious. Maybe they can, and we just don't.
You never know what's coming back up.
Yeah.
Sorry, these are just so much fun. These were like my childhood Ghostbusters. This was the set I had, so having them again with the little fright features is great.
It's awesome.
It's good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's shameless promotion time. What do you guys got to promote this week?
Yeah.
So like I already said, the JMac video, Mega J video.
Yeah.
I'm working on. I already mentioned Strobo last week. Still working on that. Also, I'm trying to do a video. I don't do videos, but I'm trying to do a video about Zodak. So
All right.
Nice.
see, it's a little slow going, but we'll see how that works.
Well, I'm looking forward to that one.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Love it.
So
Well, I'm kind of excited about these. Not excited. Oh, sorry. We're not excited about segments. Sorry, but I am excited about what Ace is sharing here. That there's these little cute Halloween themed minifigs. I haven't seen them in the stores yet. I took a week off from Snake Mountain. Last week we were inundated with storms here in the Central Valley. It was crazy. It was like so I didn't work on it out there, even though I was itching to and wanting to. But I do have a nice plan in place for this weekend and working on it. And so keep an eye out on this channel for the continuing Snake Mountain build. And I'm going to be recording a new episode of Cambridge and Washawn this weekend as well with my friend Mark. So if you're not already listening to Cambridge and Washawn podcast, then go ahead and look at it. Go find it and listen to it. And then I'm laughing at myself because I'm like scrambling for things. But I know that there's something. So just to address, and I know hardly anybody in here, except for Thanos, is from the Central Valley, unless somebody is watching this from California Central Valley. But there's this thing coming up, not this weekend, but the next weekend, called Porch Fest. And this music project that I started, we were going to do it, but due to unforeseen circumstances, we are not doing that show. So last episode, we mentioned that we might be doing it. This episode, I'm saying, hey, don't bother. We're not going to be doing it. But if you do live in Central California,
don't bother to go and see those other artists.
No,
don't even go see those guys.
Oz, give me a chance. That's where I was going with this. But if you are looking for something to do next weekend, there are just a ton of bands, and you live in the Central California area. There are a ton of bands playing in Fresno, not this weekend, but next weekend, and it looks to me like it's going to be awesome. It's like all day long bands on people's front porches. So kind of a cool idea.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
Yeah. What you got, Bobby?
I got Jackson Aces. What do you got?
Go fish.
I don't have my cards.
That's okay. I was just bluffing. Tomorrow I got a new part 5 coming out for Decker's second case. Things are getting pretty wacky with this one. It's pretty dark. I have case 2 all finished written, so it's all ready to go. I'm going to start my first mini series coming up, but I'll announce that later on. That's not going to come out until May, but that's what I have. So I've been on this campaign of trying to push my channel out there and try to get it noticed. Been coming up with a lot of images of my characters and things, throwing it around social media to get the name out a little bit more. So it's slow go, but it's getting there. I'm pretty happy with the turnout so far with what's going on with it. So, but it's it's a fun project to do. I'm really excited for it. So
yeah, loving it.
Thank you.
You're doing the good work, Bobby.
Thank you.
Yeah. Everybody should go over to Bobby Dangerously on YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Also check out his Instagram page, and also check out his shop. He's got a shop.
Yeah. I keep forgetting to unplug that. Yeah. I got a merchandise shop. Yeah. If you do subscribe, if you subscribe, it's because you want to listen to it. Don't subscribe just to subscribe. I want real followers, not just numbers. So
yeah, we're all about that here. It's we want the people that like our content to hang out with us. That's really that's really what we're looking for.
That's what I'm doing it for, is for me and for people who really like it. Yeah. And want to listen to it. Yeah.
Best reason to do something.
Again? Yeah.
And
Adam.
I think Oz, you might be on a little bit of a delay. I think. Yeah, he is. Do you see him frozen, guys?
Yeah, I think he is frozen.
Either that or he's just making a really intense face at us. Okay, there he is.
Yeah.
Oz, you got choppy there. But I'm going to engage with Oz right now to see if he's not choppy. And that is by saying there's something cool coming up in May, right, Oz? Oh, man, he is stuck. He's stuck in the...
Well,
He's an action figure.
I'm back. I'm here, I think.
Well, here
There he is.
I should be.
Ooh, there's a nice delay on
Sort
that.
of.
Yeah, like
Am I here?
3 seconds. You're
There you
Yeah,
are.
we can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I was just grabbing this link and trying to do YouTube too much. Friggin'.
Oh, thanks, Oz.
Don't forget to subscribe to @BobbyDangerously on YouTube.
Yes.
He's got 90 subscribers, folks. He should be well over 100 at this point. Let's give him the push. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. And
only
also,
if you like the content. Only if you like the content.
And you know, if you folks are interested in engaging with us on YouTube or on Instagram or through Patreon, we have information right down below, and definitely search us out. We're always interested in hearing what you have to say, and definitely leave comments too on these videos. It really helps.
Comments are good. Yeah,
comments are fantastic. We love hearing what you have to say when you're in the chat live, but also if you have thoughts later on about the episode, let us know.
And let us know if you like the new format and all that shit.
Yeah, definitely. Let us know if you like it. And if you don't like it, think about what it is that you don't like about it, and let us know. We're interested in hearing that.
You can give a star rating for Slimer's butt cheeks too.
That's right.
We'd like to see in the chat.
Give us a thumbs up for the Slimer's butt cheeks.
Cheeks.
I wanted to remind you all that the month of April is almost up, which means the Toy Frenzy merch from our merch store is going to be scooted off and replaced by the Frenzy merch. And so if you're interested in getting some highly collectible Toy Frenzy merch, go down to the shop and pick something up today. A mug, a pint glass, a sticker, a t-shirt, something, whatever, anything. There's a lot of things in there. Sweater, hoodie, no tennis shoes, and no underwear. But there's lots of other kinds of merch down below on the store link. So go check that out for Toy Frenzy merch. And definitely check out Bobby's store for his merch as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Oz, what do you got coming up?
Well, right now, what I got coming up, we're going to share a quick screen here. Now, I know Ace just said that they posted a link in the Frenzied chat, but I did manage with all that tomfoolery and slow internets to pull this up. This is what we're talking about with these Boo Hollow blind boxes.
Oh,
it is cute. A Funko product. They are definitely adorable. And I like they got that classic, very classic, Halloween colors.
Yeah.
The black, red, orange, yellow. Like, so good. These are pretty cool. And as you can see, like, apparently you can get series 2 for $4.50. Like, that's the whole box. Like, that's crazy.
So, guys, I am really excited about 2 of these. Which ones are you excited about?
Oh, I'll put the screen back up. Hold on. Give it the screen back up. Is there any way I can make that bigger? Here it is. Slightly bigger. And now we're in the way.
I would say there's 3 of them that are pretty neat. The devil.
Yeah.
The black cat.
Yeah.
And that little yellow weird looking guy with the eyes in the back there.
Yeah.
It's a cauldron. It's a
is that what that is?
See it as well. Yeah, here.
I see.
That's so cute.
It's a skull.
I think that's really cool.
I like the trees.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
The trees
I was gonna say
great,
I'm digging
right?
the trees. And it's like 2 completely different looks. I like Bobby. I'm loving the cats here. These are great.
it's
Yeah,
a
the
wolf.
cat.
Look at this little wolf man
Wolfman.
and a black
yeah.
and white zombie.
Yeah,
they
that's cool.
made the zombie black and white.
Hey,
Yuka, good to see
great to
you.
have you here. Yeah, I think I'm just crushing on that little devil.
Yeah.
That guy looks great.
Yeah, and they give you 2 versions, so definitely check these guys out. These are really neat.
Yeah, let's give Funko more money.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Is that Funko? It looks like Funko.
It is. Yes, it's definitely
is?
Funko. Yeah.
Oh
right
yeah,
up here.
there it is.
I mean, technically, we can't
pretty
argue
cute.
it when we're all trying to get everybody. They're called
They are
Paka, so it's apparently from Japan.
Ooh, the little skeleton guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't pictured down below.
Right?
No. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
No, he's not one of these ones down below, so I'm wondering if he might be like a rare figure or something. But I like him.
There's a Pokemon
He's got the
in
trick
the
or treat
back.
bag and all. I dig it.
I think did they just throw a Pokemon in there
There's a
to
Pokemon
just
in the
mess
back.
with us, or is that
That little, yeah, right.
or is he
Where's it at?
Godzilla?
Where'd you see it?
Dragon's Ore, right there in the corner up at the top.
Oh, this guy.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like he's wearing a little crown, so I'm not
What
sure.
is that? I think they just threw in a Pokemon to mess with us.
King Lizard. Looks kind of like Bowser, really, except he's got the big white horns on the sides.
It's weird.
Yeah, maybe he's supposed to be a Godzilla or something like that. Little Pokemon.
Where's the creature
I
from
don't
the
know,
Black
these are great.
Lagoon?
He's in the lagoon.
Right?
No creature.
Right? Maybe that'll be in Series 3, because this is just Series 2. Maybe
I
he
wanna
was
see
in Series 1.
too. Yeah, that's cool. I love it. They're cute.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I could just find on a quick Google search. So there we go, folks. That's what the blind hollows are. Thank you, Ace, for bringing that to our attention. Now we got to give Funko
thanks,
more
Ace.
money, like Bobby said. Great.
Oh,
Look at
how
those
are we up
lines.
on?
I just did that for one of the layouts there. So yeah, wanted to share that with everybody so that we're all on the same page. We know those because it's really great. Oh wait, apparently Series 2 has a little haunted house, glowing ghost, a little bit. All right, so
Cool.
there we go.
That's cool.
Now we're
Love it.
all in on these. Thanks. That's it. There goes all my Mythic
That's
Legions
it.
money. Spending it on blind boxes now. Phenomenal.
I blind boxes suck. I gotta say, like, it's fun, but it's also just it can really grab you.
It can. You can get a little
And
addicted to
then-
it. Like I got a bunch of the little mini containment units for the new Ghostbusters that had the little blind boxes in it. I got most of the ones I wanted. There are a lot of Slimers, and they all have cheeks. Well, most of them have cheeks.
So what else is coming up for you, Oz?
All right. Well, we've been talking about a lot. More and more people are getting involved as we speak because we're trying to fill up the whole month of May. May, the power of the Force. Skelly's now in.
Yeah, I got my Power of the Force right here, sitting right here.
Filming that. As a matter of fact, my project's turned into a bigger project than it was originally intended for. Now it's going to be a bit of a collaboration with another tuber. So that's going to be great. Bud will be receiving a package very soon so that he can film his, because May the Power of the Force is going to stretch all across ToyTube, the Toy Network, and beyond. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, that's cool.
This weekend, we have a very, very special Clubhouse episode on Saturday night. It is going to be the SAS Vault Invasion, our very own Allison Troy, retro toy princess, is going to be invading the Clubhouse with the SAS Vault and taking over as we bring in her birthday this weekend. So
Nice.
you guys are definitely not going to want to miss that. And, we've got really big stuff on the way. Next week, we have a